Okay, let's look at a new project that we can work with some animation. So we'll do a new, let's just cancel this. I have to stop this program. Okay, so we're going to look at a new project. This one, we'll call it animation. We're going to do something very simple, but fun, and look more into timers and how it can link things. Timers can be used a lot. A lot of your classmates and yourself will like it when you do make a little program, a little a paintball game or something shot across the screen. A lot of it is tied to timers. So we'll call this one in animation. We'll hit OK. So we should get a blank screen pop up. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back to this screen in a second. We need to go to Google. Let's see here. We need to go to Google. And in Google, if you actually type in the word sprites or sprite, you're not going to get the soft drink. You probably will, but if you go to images, you're going to get a sheet of all these animation kind of poses for little characters of sprites. So I don't want to have to cut up about 100 about 10 photos here in Microsoft Paint. So I'm just going to look for something simple. That guy's running the wrong way. Let's see here. I mean, feel free if you want to pick something that has a lot of work or cut-ups involved, which is great. But for the sake of not having a 20-minute video, I want to find something a little bit smaller here. Okay, so a lot of these are you'll have somebody running, you'll have a sprite of a character jumping. This one looks like it's some type of flame thrower. Let's see, there's Luigi. I want to do Luigi running. Let me see if I can find something with just 3 or 4. Let's look at this bird one. Well, that bird one looks like it has about 10. It looks like they're all connected here. Probably should have looked at this before I push play to record this video. But, okay. I'm going to do this one here. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to do a small explosion, and I'm going to take it from this little guy, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to take this sheet and see if I can do it. See if I can do a print screen here. So we talked about the print screen with the dice program. If I push print screen, it allows me to go to search window and type paint, and I can use Windows Paint. And when I control V, I get a picture of my screen. Now, unfortunately, I have those arrows in that picture, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these pictures here that I want to work with, and when I hit crop, I selected it. When I hit crop, all I'm left with is that little picture. So file, save as, and where am I going to put this in? Sure, we'll put it in BTA, and we'll put explosion 1. I'm going to do this for each of these photos. Okay, and here's explosion 2. File, save as. It's as quick as I can. Probably be a bit more exciting if I did an action photo, but we'll see how this one works out. Okay, there's 3. They're getting better now. They're getting bigger. Let's not save as. That was print. File, save as. Explosion 4. 2 more here. The last one's going to suck because it's got these arrows in it, but you know what? I'll just do 5 because 5 and 6 pretty much look the same. Okay, so this will be the last one here. File, save as. So I've got 5 explosion pictures. I'm going to take these now. They're saved on my computer. I'm going to go back and I'm going to, in my Solution Explorer, we're going to save these into the program. We've done this with the dice, so just as a review, if you hit the My Project, it'll open up a window here. And along the left side, this vertical menu, we want to go to Resources and this chevron by Add Resource. We want to add existing file and upload it from the computer. So I believe mine was in the desktop on a folder called BTA. And I have explosion 1. You could probably do it more than just one at a time here. See if I can grab a few more here. 2, 3, 4, and 5 didn't even look like it came through. So let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I've got 4 pictures of explosions. I'll go back to my program, my design. Now you'll see I have these PNGs, these pictures, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I'd like to do is I'm going to have a button, 2 buttons on my screen, and I'm going to have 1 picture box. So let's look at the properties. 1 button's going to be start, 1's going to be stop. So this will start the animation. This button will stop the animation, kind of freeze it or pause it, I guess you could say. Inside this box for the image, I think I'll put the first, under the image property, I'm going to put the first explosion. And I'm also going to then go down to my size mode, the ever important size mode, and switch that property from normal to stretch. So I have a start, I have a stop, and I have 4 pictures. So what I want to do is just cycle through very quickly in a timer. So we're going to put a timer in, is go from picture 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 back to 1 very quickly. So I'll probably keep this interval at 100. Could go less, but I'll keep it at 100, and we'll cycle through and see if we can kind of get a picture of an explosion. So how do we do that? Well, so for timer 1, we're going to have this show a picture and then go to the next timer. So I'm actually going to put a timer in for each picture. Timer 1, timer 2, timer 3, and timer, I don't know what I just dragged there, timer 4. Okay, so when we push start, what do we want to happen? Well, when the start button starts, we want timer 1 dot enabled equals true. Okay, so when we start it, we want timer 1 to be true. So timer 1 is going to start us off. So when timer 1 starts, what do we want to happen? Well, here's what we want to happen. We want the picture box 1 dot image to equal the small my dot resources dot explosion 1. So timer 1 right away is going to show that it's already up there now, but it's going to show the very small explosion picture. As soon as it shows that picture, we want timer 2 dot enabled. We want to start timer 2 and we want to end timer 1. So that'll equal false. If I could spell it correctly. So just to get the user's gonna, as soon as they push start, timer 1's gonna flash up very quickly. Timer 1's gonna go on and go off, and it's gonna show you that picture of the small explosion. Now it starts timer 2. So what do we want to happen in timer 2? So we've gone from timer 1 to timer 2. We're going to do the exact same code. So I'm going to copy and paste it, but a few things are different. One thing is that it's not going to show explosion 1 picture. going to show the explosion 2 picture, and it's going to start the next timer, which is timer 3, and it will stop this current timer, which is timer 2. Okay, so right now we've gone very quickly. We've gone timer 1 shows little picture, shut it off, go to timer 2, show your picture. We've shut it off, we're going to timer 3. I think you get the idea. Timer 3 is going to show its picture. So I'll go control paste again, make sure everything links up. That should say timer 4. Okay, so we've gone 1 to 2 to 3. Now we've asked it here to go to 4. So timer 4, what do we want to happen? Timer 4 is a little bit unique. What we're going to do is we're going to show the explosion number 4, but we don't have a timer 5 for it to go to next. So we're actually going to go back to the start. We're going to go to timer 1. We're going to shut this one off, which is 4. So just looking at the code again before I push play. And we haven't shut off all the timers. We haven't coded the stop button, but we'll do that in a sec. So when I push play here, and I push this button, all it's going is from timer 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. Very quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, do I have anything for this stop button? I do not. So again, if you look at the code, we play it, timer 1 starts, yes, then timer 1 says, okay, show the little picture, go to the next timer, shut this one off. So go to timer 2. Timer 2 says show the next picture, then shut it off, go to 3, show 3, shut it off, go to 4, show 4, shut it off, go back to the start, which is the little picture. So let's stop all the timers with the stop button and wrap up this project. So for the stop button, pretty easy. I'm just going to turn off all the timers. Timer 1 dot enabled equals false. I'm going to shut off timer 2. I'm going to shut off timer 3 and shut off timer 4. Okay, now let's take a look here. And so just a look at, we're done the code now. Pull this to the side here a bit. So here we go. You saw the start here. When I hit stop, we just shut off all the timers, which is great. That's down here. Okay, start it again. Stop, start, stop. Okay, so just a quick look at the code here as I scroll. So button 1 starts it all off, start timer 1. All the timers kind of flash and go to the next timer, timer 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we wrap up here with button 2 where we shut everything down. That wraps it up for timers this week. If you could make something fun with some animation, doesn't have to be the explosion. You could have Mega Man running or Luigi, Mario, whatever you'd like. That would be great. Just something to show that you can get a good idea of how timers work and tie it into a little bit of animation. That's it for now.